All right, let's go ahead and do another one using the binomial theorem. So we've got our n is 4, so we'll do 4 choose 0, then 4 choose 1, 4 choose 2, 4 choose 3, 4 choose 4. Our a is 3x, so I'm going to do 3x to the 4th, then 3x to the 3rd, then 3x to the 3rd, or 2nd, then 3x to the 1st, and then 3x to the 0. And then our b is 2, so we'll do 2 to the 0, 2 to the 1st, 2 to the 2nd, then 2 to the 3rd, then 2 to the 4th. And then I'm going to go ahead and just simplify that all out. I do term by term, so 4 choose 0. By the way, n choose 0, no matter what n is always going to be 1. N choose n is also always going to be 1, so you don't even need your calculator for that one. Then, so that was that part. Then the next term is 3 to the 4th. 3 to the 4th is 81. Then we've got 2 to the 0. I'm skipping the x for now. 2 to the 0 is just 1. These are all coming from here. And, oops, wrong one. So you know which part I'm getting that from. And then we've got our x to the 4th. So our first term is 81x to the 4th. All right, for our next one, we've got 4 choose 1, which is 4. 3 cubed is 27. And 2 to the 1st is 2. So, and then we also have x cubed. That will be 216x cubed. Okay, 4 choose 2 is 6. If you put it in the formula, remember the formula is n factorial over r factorial n minus r. I haven't gone over that, but I think you guys, if you need help with that formula, let me know. So 4 choose 2 is 6, 3 squared is 9, 2 squared is 4. So we've got 6 times 9 times 4. 6 times 9 times 4 is 216 as well. And then we've got x to the 2nd power. Okay, 4 choose 3 is 4 again. 3 to the 1st is 3. 2 cubed is 8. So we got 4 times 3 times 8, which is 96. And there's an x, I forgot. So 96x. And then 4 choose 4 is 1. 3 to the 0 is 1. 2 to the 4th is 16. And x to the 0 is 1. So this is just 16. So we've got 81 x to the 4th plus 216x cubed plus 216x squared plus 96x plus 16. And that would be your answer. So let's go ahead and talk about something called Pascal's triangle. So Pascal's triangle is actually a pretty cool little triangle. Starts out with a 1, then you have 1, 1. And then what you do from there is all the edges, the last and the first number will always be 1. The middle number, though, will always be the 2 numbers above it added together. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So in this next row, 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 1 is 3, and then we have our 1. Then we got 1, and then 1 plus 3 is 4. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 plus 1 is 4. 1. Then we have 1, 5. 1 plus 4 is 5. This would be 10, 10, 5, 1. I'm showing Pascal's triangle because I want us to notice, specifically on that problem we just did, this row right here. So if I go to that previous problem, so we have 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. If you look at what we have right here, we have that 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. That's what these were right here. Pascal's triangle is a shortcut of finding all of those in the binomial theorem, the n choose r's. Okay. Now, Pascal's triangle gets hard if you're going to like the 20th power or whatever. But if you notice on this one, we went to the 4th power, and we went to the row where the second term was 4. If you actually count the rows, though, it's actually the 5th, because this is row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I always just look at the second number. As long as it matches with the exponent, it works out. So if you actually go to the problem right before that, we did to the 3rd power. So that was this one right here, just to the 3rd power. If you notice these numbers, we've got our 1, 3, 3, 1. So I'm going to do one really quick where we actually use the shortcut to do it with Pascal's triangle. I already have Pascal's triangle over here. Notice it's to the 5th power, so we're going to use this row right here. So that just means I don't have to write the n choose r's at all. I can just write these 6 numbers down for this one. Then I'll go to my a, so I'll do 2x squared. Whoa, what am I doing? 2x squared, but then we're going to raise it to the 5th power for the first one, and then 2x squared to the 4th, 2x squared to the 3rd, 2x squared to the 2nd, 2x squared to the 1st, and 2x squared to the 0. Then I'll do the same thing with my b, just like we did, but now I'll start with the 0 power, to the 1st, to the 2nd, to the 3rd, to the 4th, all the way to the 5th. Time to work our magic. So I'm going to ignore the x at first, so I'm just doing 1 times 2 to the 5th. 2 to the 5th is 32, and the negative 1 to the 0 is 1. Now, x squared to the 5th, you'll multiply those together, so is x to the 10th. So this is just 32x to the 10th. Next one, we have 5 times 2 to the 4th, so 5 times 16 times a negative 1. And that would give us, and then x to the, so x squared to the 4th is x to the 8th. So we get negative 80x to the 8th. Then we've got 10 times 2 cubed is 8 times, so negative 1 squared is 1, x to the 6th. So we've got 80x to the 6th. Then we've got 10 times 2 squared is 4. Negative 1 to the 3rd is negative 1. And then we're multiplying that by x squared to the 2nd power, which is x to the 4th. So we have negative 40x to the 4th. Then we've got 5 times 2 to the 1st, so just 2. And negative 1 to the 4th is just 1. Oops, don't forget your x though. And then we've got x squared, so this is 10x squared. And then last but not least, we've got 1 times 2 to the 0 is 1, negative 1 to the 5th is negative 1, and x squared to the 0 is, there's x to the 0, so that's also 1. So we've got negative 1. So the answer would be 32x to the 10th minus 80x to the 8th plus 80x to the 6th minus 40x to the 4th plus 10x squared minus 1.